Good afternoon, chosen ones of God. I pray that you're having a good day and that you're feeling good and you're feeling happy today. So I thought it was prudent for me to touch on church and, my experience, if any, with, church. I don't have much of an experience there. Growing up, my family, they didn't go to church. I did, however, go when I was, I'd say maybe 12 or 13. There was someone that knew my family, and there was this sort of worldly, I'm using this word, worldly church that was built, and it came to this area where I lived, and it was the talk of the town. It was the talk of the town. It was the who's who of you name it. Now, this particular person that knew my family, I suppose, like everyone else around, wanted to be a part of it. And I suppose didn't really have anyone to, initially, enter this place with. And so, I was the person that, they took to this place. And it was only twice that I went, because I wasn't really, what I saw when I went there, it's as I said earlier, it was very worldly. It was, about worldly things. And so I didn't really, nothing drew me to wanting to go back or go there. Now, later on in my life, when I was about, I'd say, maybe 21, something like that, 20, 21, 22, around there, I just had this real need to be in that aloneness. And again, I didn't really have many people around me. Perhaps one person was around me. It was, as I described in my aloneness with my peers video, it was like someone just kind of shoved me away. And I started looking into the Bible and wanting to attend a church. And I did. I found a church, and it wasn't worldly. To the eye, to the naked eye, it wasn't. It seemed, like something that was thriving, but it didn't seem so in your face in that worldly way. And so I went there a few times with an open mind, of course, and heart. But it was beneath the surface. It was beneath the surface. Um, it wasn't visible as the one I went to when I was young, but it was there. It was there, and it didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with me because it just, it just didn't. It was just more, constantly asking for more, for this, for that, more, of the worldly, the things of the world, And so I left. I was not there for a long time. And as far as the Bible, I have looked through it at that point. I looked through it. There may have been some passages that I've read and that. But it wasn't anything that I was versed in at all. And so after that, in my early 20s or so, 2021 or so, I just kind of moved away from that. And not in a, distasteful way. I just kind of, how could I say this? I just began looking more towards an Eastern perspective, if that makes sense. So there was a lot of, meditation and opening of chakras and, all of those things. That sort of, environment. And so that's where I was. So, and I say this all to say that even though I was still seeking, God was still there with me. He was still there with me because I'm his child. So, there wasn't a question as to whether or not this moment would arrive. I just, I wasn't, I was seeking. I was seeking and seeking, and also just to kind of back up, as a young person, when my life changed, as I said, when I was like 7, 9, more so when I was 9, because that's when it was, my awareness kicked in. I was with God. As I said, I would write in my journal and speak to God, and it wasn't anything that I was familiar with. I didn't, no one around me was doing that. And it was just something that I was doing and talking to God. And I suppose, I did have my prayers. I would pray all the time as a young child. And as I got older, I have to be honest about this. I did pray, but it became repetitive. It became mechanical. It wasn't authentic, and it wasn't, it wasn't what I should have been doing. I knew I should be talking to God. I knew it. I felt it. But I was doing it on a very superficial, surface level, as if it's just something that I had to do and get it out of the way. And as I moved just sort of away from that, because I remember reading something, and it was from, me being in that, looking to the Eastern practices, so to speak, of, it was like, well, who were you praying to? you know? And for some reason, I just kind of went with that, and I stopped praying. Even though it was that mechanical praying, I stopped. And so I'm just sharing with you, that this, so you can have some sort of the backstory, because it's of significance. And, there's so many anomalies that occurred leading up to my revelation. Perhaps I'll make a video if it's God's will for me to do so. But there are so many. There's so many things that happen. I simply cannot extract all of it, via this medium. It's a lot. Just God showing me, talking to me, being there with me, unbeknownst to me that, it was God. Because I knew something was happening. I knew that. But as I said, I was just doing Maha mantras and opening my chakras and all of these things. So I wasn't, conscious of what was happening. Really, really happening. And, this necklace here, I'll just share it with you. You've seen me wear it in all my videos. The evening, I should say, that I was going out with the lady who was 75 years old. That was my second step. I was looking for something in this little kind of a jewelry chest that I had. I was looking for something. And I kind of like poured it out and was just kind of like sleuthing through this thing for whatever I was looking for. And I remember seeing this necklace, just kind of like caught my eye, just kind of like it was, just quick. And I just went on about my business. And after the second event happened and everything was barreling towards me, being a chosen child of God and my life and all of that, all of a sudden, I saw this necklace. I actually saw it, like really see it. And here's the thing. I don't know where I got this necklace from. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I bought it, when I bought it, from whom. I don't know. I don't recall seeing this necklace. I'm not saying that I didn't buy it. I'm not saying that it isn't, a part of my history. I'm just saying that I cannot tell you. And I have the memory of an elephant. I do, as you can see by these videos. I remember everything about my life. And I cannot remember where I got this necklace from, how it ended up in my possession. And I've had this jewelry chest for so long, with all the things that I've acquired, through my travels and things, and I don't know. And so I wear this because it's significant. Also, when my revelation, the second step to it, happened, leading into the third, Bible verses were coming to me for everything that was happening. And as I said, I was not versed in the Bible. I just wasn't. I wasn't. And, everything that would occur, it was like it just came right into my mind from the Bible. That was in regards to whatever was occurring. And so, I just had to mention these things because they're significant. And as I said, there are other anomalies that took place. It just would be it would be a lot. So I just have to say, I'm grateful to God for Him being there with me this whole time, protecting me. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I feel very blessed, very blessed. So in the next video, I'll go into the third step. Toward my revelation. Thank you for listening, and God bless.